again, this is Mrs. Zierhoff, and once again here is another way to do a word problem, and this one's just a little bit easier than the first one. So, number 2. First thing that we're going to do with Greg Tang is we are going to start by reading the whole problem together. Sophia was taking a walk. She loves to walk her dog. She walked about 3 miles. Then she ran 3 miles. After that, she walked 4 more miles. How many miles did she do in all? So, I'm going to write number 2 because this was the first one. And now we're going to write the second one. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to fold my paper so it's not distracting us. Number 2. First thing that we need to do is we need to take our question and we need to make it into a statement. So how many miles did she do in all? How I'm going to make that into a statement is I'm going to get rid of how many miles did, and I'm going to change she into Sophia. Sophia walked and ran blank miles in all. Period. Okay? Our next step is to figure out what our whole problem is about. So I'm going to think about it, and maybe I'll just read it again. Sophia was taking a walk. She loves to walk her dog. Well, right now she's talking about walking her dog. She walked about 3 miles. Then she ran 3 miles. After that, she walked 4 more miles. How many miles did she do in all? Well, I think the main idea of this word problem is miles. So I'm going to write miles right over here, and I'm going to put my starting line. And this is where we go through each sentence, and we figure out what it's trying to tell us. Sophia was taking a walk. Period. Stop. Do I think this is important and something I need to have to actually do this problem? And I'm thinking not. There's nothing that in this sentence is telling me some information that I need to know to solve the problem. So I'm just at this point going to keep going. She loves to walk her dog. Period. Stop. I think with this one too, it doesn't tell me anything that is going to help me solve the problem. So I'm just going to keep going. She walked about 3 miles. So now I'm asking myself, is this part of the problem, or is this the end of the problem? Is this the whole problem itself? And I know that this is part of the problem, because we need to figure out how many miles she walked and ran in all. So in this little box, we're going to put 3, and then I'm going to say that she walked. So I'm going to label it walked. And the labeling is very important, so that as we go through this, we can see our whole progression as we go. Now we're going to go to the next sentence. Then she ran 3 miles. So now I'm going to go period, stop. She ran 3 miles. So now I'm going to go ran. After that, she walked 4 more miles. Period, stop. And once again, I ask myself, is this part of the problem, or is this the end of the problem? Is this how many miles she already did? And I know that she is still running or still walking, and she walked 4 more miles. Walk. And another thing that you could do, instead of saying walked, ran, walked, you could also label these as start, because this is the first part where she started. She started by walking 3 miles. Then she ran 3 miles. 3 miles. And then she walked, and this is towards the end, so you could even say towards the end if you wanted. Started, ran, and then ended. You can pretty much label it any way that you would like, as long as it goes with what the story problem is saying. Okay? Now we're going to move on to the question. How many miles did she do in all? So I need to know how many she did in all total. So once again, we're going to write our number sentence right down here. And we're going to write 3, right in order, plus 3 plus 4. That equals question mark. And you don't have to use a question mark. You could use a smiley face. Or you could do bunny ears, like that. You don't have to have a question mark for your space right here, but I just use a question mark because it helps me see that automatically that's what I need to fill in at the end. So if you even want to do a box like this, that's allowed. Or if you want to do a big heart, that's allowed. As long as I can read it, I'm happy. Okay? So we have 3 plus 3 plus 4. And for me, it's easier for me to do it vertically. So we're going to start with 4 because that's our biggest number. And then I'm going to go 3 plus 3. And at this point, we're going to try to figure out how I can add 3 numbers. And at this point, I think I can add 3 numbers in my head. Right now, I see a double. And I see 3 plus 3. And we learned at the beginning of the year that 3 plus 3, that's 6. So I'm just going to write 6 to the side. And you don't have to write it down. You don't have to write the 6 down. But for me right now, just to show you, I'm going to write the 6. And then I'm going to add this 6 and this 4 together. And I know 6 plus 4 because that makes 10. So our answer is 10. 10 miles. So at this point, make sure you label each section like we talked about. And I'm going to label it right next to my bunny. 10. And then 10 right here. And that's all finished. I hope that makes sense.